What's up, everybody? This is Karen and Resi, otherwise known as the Obsessed Compulsive Gamer, the O.C.G. And I'm here playing Resident Evil 3 Classic. Actually, hold on a second. Let me adjust my camera a little bit, because it got moved last night. Okay, that's better. I lost some progress because I had some technical difficulties last night. Oh. Oh, hey, Rhea, it's good to see you. Yeah, sorry about bailing last night. Oh, hey, Nicholas, good to see you. Yeah, like I said, sorry about bailing last night. It just, I have been sleeping well the past couple weeks, and my internet had an issue, and I fixed it, and it was fine, but, at that point, I was so fucking tired that I just couldn't function anymore, so I just, went to bed. Oh, hey, Sammy. It's good to see you. Everybody's popping up. I'm glad. It makes me feel good. Fortunately, I lost some progress. Big deal. I didn't lose that much. It's Saturday! Boo, boo, boo. I wasn't expecting you to join my stream so soon, Sammy, so it caught me off guard. Uh, in a good way. Yeah! Yeah, I need to play more Assassin's Creed Shadows as well, actually, because now they have the fucking DLC coming next month. And then they're releasing a big update September 16th that adds a lot of stuff I wanted. Like the ability to meditate, in the, well, I'm sorry, babe. We're just inundated with bullshit. Well, hey, Echo. I guess everybody's showing up. Yeah, I got you. Oh, I just got room for my kitty. Well, babe, I'm always here for you. Well, that's good. Better than not being missed. Oh, that's good. I mean, it was already actually really smooth, and I don't think they got enough credit for that to begin with. Jesus. That sucks. I've been there. God, I hate those fucking things. Jeez. Yeah, it's bad enough when they fuck you and now they're fucking somebody else. It's like, sorry, whoever. I got your shit. Yeah, I've had that shit happen to me, too. It's a mess. At least they... Yeah, exactly. I do understand your frustration, though. Like I said, one time the groceries were supposed to come like 9 a.m. and then they just kept getting delayed, kept getting delayed, kept getting delayed. So then they were like, "Oh, it's coming tomorrow," and then it came at like 11 p.m. that night, catching us all off guard. And we're like, "What the fuck, man?" And then like they did show up, and it was like 11 p.m. So we were like totally caught off guard. It's like here's a fucking grocery order in the middle of the night. Yeah, when I play these games, even if I have the map memorized, I feel the need to compulsively check my map. I remember one time I was playing, like, I think it was Silent Hill 2, Silent Hill 3, and this was many years ago, and my sister was watching me play, and she was like, stop checking your map every 5 seconds. And I'm like, I can't help it, okay? Alright. I mean, it's going about as well as you think. And it's good to see you, 83. No, I'm telling you, I know the directions, Harriet. Okay? Oh, man. Oh, okay, I got this. I love the smell of charred zombies in the morning. Zombie Q. I miss you though, Sammy. I always missed you. No, but I love Resident Evil 3, and I really do think it's held up for a game that's over 26 years old. I still think it's one of the best horror games ever made. Really do. Give me a fucking break, man! It's been okay. I didn't sleep very well. Again, it's becoming a really annoying fucking pattern. But other than that, it's been fine. Oh, okay, that sucks, E3. I didn't know about that, man. Yeah, trust me, Samantha, I was hoping I would have a good sleep too. But, wishing one hand, shit in the other. One hand, shit in the other. Let me see. I'm sorry about that 83. That could suck. Is it like a muscle thing or like restless leg syndrome or whatever? And actually, while I'm dealing with this, I'm gonna chug some water. I need to chug my water. Try to drink at least 2 bottles of water a day. And because I hate the way water tastes, I don't sit there and sip on it. I just chug it, get it over with. Oh, I'm sorry. It sucks, man. I have leg problems as well. My leg and my back were fucked up in an accident and never recovered. So I know how that feels. Yep. God, that sucks. Oh, fuck off. You're not even supposed to fight him in this encounter. You fight him later. You just have to reach the 2 switches, but he does so much damage, and it's hard to dodge him.
It looks like we're ready to go. Here, take this.
Yep, we're heading to the second half of the game. Well, kind of.
Won't be joining us.
I understand. I'll operate the cable car. Let's go.
No, don't come any closer. Stay away.
Although this is where I think that the game falls a little bit short. Hello, Raider of the Cosmos. It's always good to have new people join. Uh, because the stuff with Nemesis is cool, him chasing you, but the actual fights with Nemesis are just not very much fun, and they're just kind of bullshit. He just takes so much damage and does so much damage to you, and yeah, are not that fun. And that's definitely one area where the remake excels. The actual boss fights with Nemesis are actually good boss fights. They're not that great in this game. He works better as a pursuing force than as a boss battle. Thank you, I appreciate it. It helps. I'm getting really close to getting YouTube partner.
Mikhail!
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I appreciate all the nice things that you're saying. It's good to have somebody come in the streams and not be a troll. So, let me see. Yeah, it's. I don't know if this is my favorite RE game, but it's definitely one of my favorites. Like I said, oh, Dino Crisis. Yeah, I need to play Dino Crisis next. Uh, Add it to the list, but uh, Resident Evil 3 is one of my favorites. I don't know if it's like the favorite, but I like the remake. The remake does stuff better and worse, like I was saying. I don't hate the remake. But anyway, so Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 4 and its remake, Resident Evil 1 remake are my top 5 Resident Evil games if I had to pick.
Mikhail!
Oh, fuck you.
Jill, get out of the cable car now!
Yeah.
Mikhail, wait, don't!
Get out of here! Hurry! Just a little closer.
Yeah, I did. I also feel like the story in Resident Evil 3 remake is just universally across the board so much better. Jill, I think the remake of 3 has my favorite version of Jill in the entire series, which is saying something because I think Jill's one of my favorite characters. The actress, her portrayal was just fucking perfect. Carlos, he goes from being somebody that I didn't really care about, that I thought, to being one of my favorite characters in all of Resident Evil in the remake. He still has the, like a ladies' man thing, but he actually is like a really well written character, whereas in this game, he's just really forgettable. Uh, Mikhail actually gets like a lot more scenes in the plot besides just like this. Brad has a bigger impact in the story. It connects better to Resident Evil 2. The connection to Resident Evil 2 in this game is kind of sloppy. Like, you meet Marvin Brenau, and it's like, oh, he's dead, but you know he's not dead because he's in Resident Evil 2 that takes place later. So, apparently he's just appeared to be dead and then somehow got back up and was fine during Resident Evil 2. And I think maybe they did that because they didn't want to hire a voice actor. But in Resident Evil 3 Remake, he actually has scenes that it connect into 2. So I think, like, across the board, Resident Evil 3 story is just hands down better in the remake. And that's why I won't say that, oh, I hate the remake, because it does a lot of things, I think, really well. It just, for every area they added, they took away another area, and that's where they fucked up. But we'll get into that later. I don't want to spoil too much of it, because I hope Samuel will eventually be able to see the remake.
No, the brakes are out.
This must be it.
Like, all I wanted was to ride the train, man. Yep, the clock tower. God, the birds are fucking annoying. They're just more of a nuisance than anything else. Yeah. I hear a fucking bird. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Was there another bird still left? Motherfucker. Yeah, there is. Fuck. All birds must die! I mean, they literally are zombie crows, Samantha. Actually, like, you're not, like, they actually say they're infected with the T virus. That's why they're like that. So they actually are zombie crows. Hey, hey, Sammy. You want to hear a shitty joke? What do you call it when a bird lawyer takes on a case free of charge? Pro bono. In all fairness, I said it was going to be bad. Yeah, yeah. Oh man. A and C is grenade flame rounds. B and C is grenade acid rounds. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I'll need the grenade launcher in a bit, but not quite yet. You're gonna come by a lot in this hallway. That's why I killed all of them.
Carlos, I don't believe it. You're alive.
I'm not sure how we're gonna get out of this town.
What are you talking about? We made it!
You don't get it. They have no intention of letting us make it back alive. Do you really think we can trust their great evacuation plan? Huh, it's just a piece of paper.
He's got a point.
We don't have any other choice than to trust them right now.
No, if we're gonna die, then we should get to choose when it happens.
So that's it then, huh? You're giving up?
No. I just...
I love that so much because he's just like a upset teenager. No,
can't handle it.
you don't understand. Fucking runs off. It's not a phase, Jill! God, one of the most useless fucking weapons in the entire series. I'm gonna run really quickly and put it in the storage crate. Like I said, in the remake of 3, fucking Carlos is still a ladies' man, but he's just well written and you care about him to the point where he actually became one of my favorite characters in the series. and I hope he pops up in more games, even though that most likely will never happen. And him and Jill have like a really wholesome relationship where they're like buddies. And he jokingly calls her Super Cop throughout the game. Yeah, exactly. And that theme actually has a connection to Code Veronica. Code Veronica was actually made in tandem with this. They split into two teams after Resident Evil 2. And one team did Code Veronica, one team did Resident Evil 3. And fun fact, Resident Evil 3 wasn't even supposed to be called Resident Evil 3. Originally, Code Veronica was supposed to be called Resident Evil 3. And this game was supposed to be called Resident Evil 1.5 because it took place after 1, but before 2. Well, at least to start with. However, Sony, Capcom had made a deal that they were contractually obligated to give them 3 numbered Resident Evils. And Code Veronica was for Dreamcast. It was a Dreamcast exclusive. I mean, back in the day it was Dreamcast exclusive. Now it's fucking everywhere. So they're like, you agreed to give us 3 numbered games, and we don't like you giving the third one to Dreamcast. So they're like, okay, well, we won't call Resident Evil 3 3, we'll call it Code Veronica. And then somebody at Capcom wisely said, okay, calling it Resident Evil 1.5 is just kind of confusing. It makes it sound like it's like a different edition of Resident Evil 1. So just call it Resident Evil 3. And that's how that happened. And I agree. 1.5 sounds like a director's cut of Resident Evil. And, you know, yeah. It, however, also, unfortunately, led to some confusion. Because some people assumed that Code Veronica was a spin-off. And that is very much not the case. It is a main Resident Evil game in every sense of the word. And Code Veronica is great in its own right. Sooner or later, Sammy, you're going to see me play through all the Resident Evil games. I'm a huge diehard fan of Resident Evil. I always have been. Pretty much my entire life. Like I said, one of my very first memories is my father playing Resident Evil 2. And then I tried to play Resident Evil 2, the original Resident Evil 2, on PS1, and I immediately died because the game starts out with you on a street crowded by zombies, and doesn't really explain where to go, and I was immediately getting hoarded and killed. But I remember that, and Resident Evil actually came out the year I was born, 1996. So Resident Evil is pretty much exactly as old as I am. So like my whole life, you could say Resident Evil has been there. Yeah, I don't know why they did that. Capcom has made some stupid decisions. As much as I love them, they've made some stupid decisions. They're one of my favorite game developers, but yeah, they've done some stupid stuff. But so I grew up playing the Resident Evil games. Some of my earliest memories are of Resident Evil. I pretty much, as long as I can remember, have been into the series. And because they both started the same year I was born, it's like we both came into the world at the same time. And, yeah, it's just the only reason why you haven't seen me really play Resident Evil so far is because, it just didn't work out that way. I was playing other stuff, you know what I mean? So you caught me at a time when I wasn't playing a shit ton of, Resident Evil games. If you had caught me at another time, you probably would have seen me play a lot more. See, if I had chose to jump out the window, I would have started the mansion, the clock tower here. This is the one, yeah. See, the choices you make actually change things. Yeah, Capcom has made a lot of stupid decisions. For example, they actually pushed Shinji Megami out of the company by their stupidity, and soured their relationship with Nintendo for a good bit, because Capcom actually, for a while, had a great relationship with Nintendo. And to the point where they actually stepped in and developed a few Zelda games. They did Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, and Minish Cap, and those are actually pretty good games. So they had a good relationship, especially for Nintendo to trust them with fucking Zelda, one of their crown jewel IPs. But it came down to it because Shinji Megami had a great working relationship with Nintendo. And he is the creator of Resident Evil. And for a long time, he was one of the higher-ups of Capcom, one of the bigwigs. Well, he promised 2 deals to Nintendo. Nintendo was struggling with the GameCube. As much as I love the GameCube, it actually was a financial disappointment. It was like 3rd place in the console wars, and only sold like 20 million systems compared to like 65, 70 million 64s. So he was trying to support it, and they needed more adult games. So first of all, he promised that future Resident Evil games, main Resident Evil games, would be on GameCube, which was a big deal at the time. And then he promised to do 5 exclusive games for GameCube called the Capcom 5. However, after like making those agreements and giving his word to Nintendo and all that stuff, Capcom executives, shareholders, because of course it's the fucking shareholders, got upset or concerned because GameCube wasn't doing well financially. And they're like, well, our games could be selling way more if we sold them on other systems. And so, behind his back, they broke those agreements. They took Resident Evil 4, which was designed to be a GameCube exclusive. It was designed from the ground up for GameCube, and they brought it to PS2. And then, out of the Capcom 5, 4 of those games were brought to PS2. And that did 2 things. One, it shamed Shinji Megami because he had given his word to Nintendo and they went behind his back, and ultimately resulted in him leaving the company after he had after he had been one of the early people at Capcom, after he had helped to make Capcom what it was. He had been there for over 10 years. That was what pushed him out of the company. And understandably so. Nobody likes to be made a fool of behind their back by their own company. Like, they went behind his back. And they were his games, and they didn't even tell him they were porting them to another system. I would be furious. But especially in Japanese culture, they're really big on honor, so they publicly humiliated him. And second of all, what it did was it greatly soured Capcom's relationship with Nintendo, understandably, because they're like, we're going to give you these exclusive games, and then, oh no, we're going to bring them to another system. Fuck you. Yeah. And is, in my opinion, one of the biggest mistakes Capcom ever made. Maybe the biggest. And it caused a huge schism. And like I said, Capcom is one of my favorite game developers. But yeah, they have made some stupid fuck-ups. Like that, you know? And also, like, forgetting their fucking obligation. With Resident Evil, you know what I mean? That was like a whole unnecessary thing that didn't even need to happen. Just about anybody could have told you, like, hey, it would be a bad idea to, after we promised them 3 numbered games, to bring that numbered game to a competitive system. But thankfully, like, they were able to correct that before it went through, and it worked out. Sony got Resident Evil 3, which is a good game. Great game, obviously. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then, Dreamcast got Code Veronica, which is also a fucking great game in its own right. But it's just like stuff that didn't need to happen. And then, like I said, then they kind of killed Resident Evil for a while. Because they were like, oh no, you know, we're gonna, we're gonna try and make Resident Evil appeal to a broad market, guys. And so they made Resident Evil 6, and it was basically just like an action third-person shooter. It was almost like Call of Duty. And I will actually say that Resident Evil 6 is not a bad game. It's actually a great game as a shooter. Like, as an actual shooter, it's great. But it was not the game that the fanbase wanted. As you can expect, it doesn't matter if it was a great shooter, if it was a great action game. When you say Resident Evil, people think horror. So, even though I don't think it was a bad game in its own right, it was a bad game for the series. And really damaged the brand. So those are some of their biggest blunders, and that's one of the reasons why Resident Evil 7 was such a big deal. Because after 6 was like a fucking action shooter, yeah, exactly. You can't market hard to a broader market, and every time you do, it's going to fail. That's why Resident Evil 7 was so important. Because 6 really, really upset people and was like a colossal disappointment. And they didn't show off a lot of the action in the game until launch. So people bought it thinking it was going to be horror. And then it was action, and it was a massive backlash. As you can imagine, when you buy a horror game thinking it's going to be hard, and it's not. I was misled. And so Resident Evil 7 was them trying to right the ship. And they had various other difficulties, which I won't go into because otherwise we'll be here all fucking day. But they were in dire straits. And with Resident Evil 7, they had to get it right. Okay? Capcom told them, okay, sales are important, obviously. But more important than anything else is getting the fans' faith back in the brand. We have to restore faith in Resident Evil, because after 6 and all that, and all the other shit that happened, there was no more faith in the brand. Okay? So they told them, basically, if Resident Evil 7 comes out, and the fans don't like it, we are going to put Resident Evil in hiatus. It was actually, like, a lot of pressure on the Resident Evil 7 team, because, like, oh shit, if this game isn't absolutely fucking deliver, this classic series is going to go dormant, and potentially forever. And it worked, you know, and it actually, they were too secretive with Resident Evil 7 because they didn't want to spoil any of the horror because they wanted to make sure it was scary. So they didn't show a lot of gameplay, and that didn't do them any favors because people wanted to be sure that it was horror again, and it was hard to judge that when they weren't showing a lot of gameplay. But 7 came out, and it brought the franchise back to life. Yeah. And whether you like 7 or not, some people say it doesn't feel like classic Resident Evil. I say that it does. You saw that debate last night, Samantha. It brought the focus back to horror. Full fucking stop. And I actually think it's one of the scariest games in the series. And you can tell they knew going into it, this has got to be fucking scary or we are in trouble. And it also shows you where Capcom had the right priority. Because originally, the starting sales for Resident Evil 7 were very slow. Resident Evil 6 sold incredibly well at first. Because there was a lot of hype around it, and they hadn't shown off how action-based it was, and the sales died off. So even though it had a strong start, it then torpedoed because they're like, well, it got the word out. Oh, not the game we wanted. So with 7, they had a lot of skepticism after 6, and also they didn't show a lot of gameplay, like I said, and they were doing that because they didn't want to spoil any of the scares. But that people needed gameplay to comfort them. So at first, the sales for 7 were very slow. And it could have been easy for them to say, oh, the sales aren't what we wanted, cancel the series. But, however, the reviews for 7 were very great, and the fans who played 7 really, really liked it. And I was there at launch. I got Resident Evil 7 at launch because I was enough of a fan of the series that I was going to give it a chance. And I'm not going to give up on the series after one game. So I actually worked at Walmart at the time, and I actually got it like midnight. The guy who brought the games out to the case, handed it to me, one of the perks of working there, I guess. And 7 was fucking amazing. I've said repeatedly, 7 is one of my favorite games in the series, and it brought it back. And what is awesome is it was kind of the reverse of Resident Evil 6, where 6 started out strong and then torpedoed. 7 started out slow and then gained. Because once word of mouth started getting out, that 7 was really good. It was really scary. It was a proper horror game. Fans then started to jump into it. And now, Resident Evil 7 is one of the best-selling Resident Evil games ever. It sold over 11 million copies. So, most of those sales were long-term. And it would have been really easy for Capcom to see, oh, the launch sales aren't what we, wanted in the series. And instead, they're like, no, we got the fans' approval, and that's what's important, and the sales will come, and they did. And it was more important to restore faith in the brand. Which it is, absolutely. And they did. And I even remember playing 7, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, Samantha, because the opening to 7 is one of the best openings in video game history, in my opinion, and is fucking terrifying. So, I don't want to spoil anything that goes on, but it scares the shit out of me. It's like one of the most memorable moments in horror gaming I've ever had. And I remember after playing that intro thinking, oh my god, Resident Evil is back. They did it. Because I was skeptical as well. Because I was burned by Resident Evil 6. And I was skeptical, but I was going to give it a chance because I've been a lifelong fan, you know what I mean? And I remember after playing that opening sequence, thinking, holy shit, they did it. Resident Evil is fucking back. And it was. They followed that up with one great Resident Evil game after another, and they kept going into 9. So they, 7 brought this series back from the dead, if we're going to use, a zombie analogy, and reanimated it, and it gave them a huge wave of momentum that they have been riding ever since, all the way on to 9. Ah, fuck. It's always fucking spiders, man. Couldn't be caterpillars. God forbid we get a fucking horror game with fucking caterpillar monsters. Or maybe like a little butterfly. It's always fucking spiders. Give me a fucking horror game where I fight Mothman. Yeah. Very true. Hello there, man. That's why I love Jill. Just, tackling them off the fucking back to me. God. Yeah. Yeah, I have to make it play backwards. And that can be really frustrating because you have to play it by ear. Hold on, I'm just gonna look up the solution because this puzzle always pisses me off. Almost. Ah, okay. Yeah. Never mind. I think that's the right one. Blam! Shiny! You are a fucking pro, Samantha. Yeah, it is. Of course. Now is where shit's about to get fucking real. After you put the gear in the clock towers when you have to fucking, have like a you have to fight Nemesis kind of thing. So you should always save before then. As I learned the hard way, because the fight with Nemesis is brutally difficult even if you're properly prepared. If you're not, he will fucking eviscerate you. Stars. Hey, Samantha, you want to hear another crappy joke? What did Nemesis say when he became a rapper? Buzz. It really shows you how much Samantha loves me. She's willing to put up with my shit. I know it can be easy. Yeah, pretty much. And normally I'm putting away the shotgun and the pistols. And normally it's like, why would you do that? It's really simple. In this battle, if you get down to the point, thank you. In this battle, if you get down to the point, if you get down to the point, where you have to use the pistol or shotgun against Nemesis, you might as well give up. You are so far past fucked. First several times I played this game, I had to stop at this point because, like, even if you know what you're doing, it is so frustrating. Like, Nemesis is just borderline unfair.
You're saved. Down here! It's finally over. Huh?
And Nemesis takes out the helicopter with a rocket launcher.
No!
Stars. And see, he wounds her right here. What you're about to see.
Jill!
Yeah, he blew up his rocket launcher. Thank fucking God. Also, he's not dead, he's just wounded. And see, this is what I mean when I say that he got worse. Oh my God. And see, you have to mash the buttons when he grabs you or he'll insta-kill you. And I mean, you have to mash them so fucking hard. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not down for good. Nope. And see, it's just full of him repeatedly grabbing you and you having to mash the button harder than you probably will ever have to mash them to get out. And he runs and grabs you, and that's fine. Or he runs faster than you. It's fine when you're running away from him. Not so fine when you're trapped in a narrow fucking space with him. This boss fight fucking sucks. And what you're seeing now, by the way, is somebody who knows how to do it, had everything prepared precisely, has good gaming skills to mash buttons, because that would tire out most people's hands and all that. Most people stop playing this game right here for that very reason. It's shit.
Carlos!
And during this part of the game, she's infected with the virus. As part of the story. But what that means is when you open up the menu to see her health, it says virus. You can't see her actual health, which is obviously not very good in a fight where you need to manage that.
Jill! Jill! Hey, don't die on me.
I think that fight is not very well designed, and it is brutally unfair.
October 1st, night. I woke up to the sound of falling rain. I can't believe I'm still alive.
See, so the first part of this game takes place on September 28th. And is before Resident Evil 2, a few days before, and then she gets infected and she goes into a coma for 5 days. And now it's after Resident Evil 2. So it takes place both before and after.
Carlos?
It looks like our roles have been reversed from when we originally met, huh? Don't worry, Jill. This chapel is safe.
I've been infected by the virus, haven't I?
Hey! Take it easy.
I'm okay. Don't feel any pain. But that's what bothers me. If I can't feel anything, then what does that mean?
Don't give up, Jill. I'll take care of you. Whatever you do, don't let that virus beat you.
Now you get to play as Carlos to save her. Oh yeah, that's right. It fucked up the clock tower. The whole place got fucked up. But thankfully, there's that bell in front of the door that you could move. Carlos is able to move it because he's a big old buff dude. Which, I mean, makes sense, you know. Jill's awesome, but she's kind of dainty, so... Yeah, she's not going to be able to push a ginormous bell. And say, Carlos Didi with these Mexican muscles! Yeah! And see, this is the park. And this is like the Raccoon City outskirts, and this is like one of my favorite areas in the entire fucking series. And you will see why. But we're not going to explore the park with him right now. That's later. And now it's raining. Like, great. As if it couldn't get worse. It's raining. It's raining them. Hallelujah, it's raining them. Oh, sis. Now we're going to the hospital. Oh god, there's the fucking hunters. First aid. Oh yeah. Hunters are some of the most bullshit monsters in Resident Evil. They are genetically modified and created in the Umbrella Labs, and they're like amphibious humanoid things with super sharp claws, and they're fucking notorious because they can basically fucking one-shot you. They do like this run and jump attack, and it has a chance to instantly decapitate you and kill you, no matter how much health you have. And unlike zombies, they can run really fucking fast.
There also appears to be a slight fracture in his right arm just below the elbow. However,
I had no idea another guinea pig was still alive. What are you doing? Have you lost your mind? Sometimes it's easy to forget one's loyalties. Just like that traitor. You mean the guy who shot you? Yeah, you know him. The one with the gray hair and the ugly mug. I can't believe he had the guts to shoot me. That traitor! You mean Nikolai?
Yeah, and then left a trap for him. Run, Carlos! No hunter's gonna get me a say. Oh god, I'm gonna get canceled. We just culeros! What you talking about, Holmes? See? Decapitated me. Decapitated me. They fucking suck. Yeah. The classic Resident Evil games always annoyed me because they have you pushing shit, but you don't grab things. You just walk into it, you know? So it's like normally you hold the button, you push it, and then you move it. You have to walk into it. And with how the walking is set up, it's very easy to fuck it up. Or accidentally push some shit you didn't mean to? Yeah, that's also true. It's like, Carlos, buddy, pal. Guy, you've got arms, bro. Use them. Oh, it's right there, my bad. Now I have the vaccine, I gotta get back to Claire. Not Claire, I'm sorry, Jill. So apparently, Carlos, in between the Merc work, studied in bioengineering. In all fairness, you know, this is Umbrella. They already had the vaccine on hand. He just had to put it together. I was making a joke. Umbrella at least was smart enough to say, hey, we're going to make this deadly virus. We should have some kind of countermeasures on hand. Maybe. Like, that's probably a good idea. And just like that, the hospital gets blown up. I'm coming too. Yeah, let's see, Nemesis is back. Now he's worse. His shirt's all ripped off. He's got all those tentacles. That's what I mean. You tried to kill him and it just pissed him off. He's just special like that. Yeah.
Hey, are you okay?
Yes. Barely. What's going on?
No way! That monster just doesn't give up!
What? I thought we killed that thing.
No, it's been waiting for you.
He's playing with us. Carlos, do you think that it's unstoppable?
No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, Jill, but I've got to go take care of a few things. Oh, and bad news. Nikolai is still alive.
Nikolai? Are you sure?
Yes. I don't know how, but I do know that he is our enemy. Remember, don't trust him.
And now we're back to playing Jill. And this is pretty much the second half of the game. It's like, dude, I just got better, man. Give me a fucking break. There's the key to the park. And the park, like I said, is one of my favorite areas in the series. Thing. Not really. I just think it has really great atmosphere, which you'll see. Yeah. Oh shit! Actually, I can't believe. Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I just really like the atmosphere. I mean, it's not like so crazy, but it's like it's a dark park in fall. It's rainy. It's just I just really like the atmosphere of the park, and they don't really have a whole lot of areas like this in this game or the series actually. And it reminds you that there used to be life in this city, you know? Didn't all used to be fucked up like this. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I like it. The last park you went to had blood-sucking, insanely large worms. Where did you go? uh... Okay, so it needs to be white, black, white, black. Okay. Fuck this up. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Fuck. I don't think that's right either. Fuck. They only give you like a limited amount of moves. Shit. Okay, yeah, I need to approach it a different way. Yeah! Yeah, and see, now we're in the graveyard. Which I also think is awesome. And also kind of makes me wonder why they didn't have a graveyard in any of the other games. That seems like, like a staple for zombies. But I really like it here. And it's really cool that they actually are coming up from their graves. It's a nice detail. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you have to light the fireplace up with the lighter. You light my heart on fire, baby. Love you too, baby cakes. Yeah, Mikhail actually was in league with Umbrella and didn't know what they were doing, and that's why he set the traps to kill the other people.
All supervisors, mission terminated. Return immediately. Repeat, All supervisors return immediately. Over.
I'm quite impressed you've managed to stay alive up until now.
And you seem to be doing a pretty good job of looking out for yourself. How about helping out?
I have no intention of helping you.
Because we're nothing but pawns in all this?
In a manner of speaking, you are. Our employers wanted a detailed analysis of the zombie beings which were created through infection by the T-virus.
You're saying that they deliberately sent in a military unit to be butchered by their creations?
Not exactly. Although the conditions encountered on this operation were extreme, it was an unexpected outcome that the team would be wiped out. We were only required to collect live data from the subjects.
Ah!
Another mutant!
What's going on? Whoa!
Now's when you actually have to kill the worm. The dick worm! Yeah, I got you, baby. I always got you. Always got my girl. Ah. Actually, let me rewind. I should have brought the fucking mine launcher. What really pissed me off about that boss is how hard it is to hit. Its hitbox is really fucking small, and it dodges around. Yeah. Then yes, I love all the women in my life. I love Echo. I love you, Sammy. I love my mom. I love Silka. Love all my pussy. uh,
I'm quite.
What's going on? Whoa!
yeah. It's like, you know what? Hold on. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Oh, finally, I killed that fucker. Yeah. Thank you. You ever watch this must have watched Dune. God. Ah, shit. Let me see what to do here. I used to have all these memorized by heart. Yeah. I'm gonna end this part here, baby, and take a short break to eat and do whatever I need to do, and I'll be back. I love you so much.